Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason. As always, my co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Mr. Zack Partridge. What up, dog?
What up?
Another Fighter Spotlight podcast today. We're welcoming the Tongan Nightmare, Mr. Ben Moa, back to the podcast. What's up, Ben?
What's up, brother? How are you guys?
Good, man. Well, I don't know, man. You're wearing a Dallas Cowboy hat today, so we're struggling a little bit.
In memory of my Cowboys, man. Lost to the damn Niners.
I don't know what I hate more, the Cowboy stuff or the bang 49er game crap that everybody.
They're both pretty annoying.
Yeah, like we don't care about that stuff.
I just thought you had better taste. That's all, but it's okay.
I have bad taste.
So Ben, I saw a little video the other day of you smashing Zack.
You did. These guys taught me how to do jiu-jitsu, and now I'm beating the hell out of them.
So it's been a few years since you fought, Ben. What have you been up to, and why? Let people know why it's time to come back.
So I left. I think it was 2018. I fought for Bellator, and I broke my thumb and got my supraspinatus ripped off the bone by good old Stephen Mari. And we took a little break. I just had some business stuff that I needed to get situated. And now we're off and running. So what I do now is I sell real estate, and then we build townhomes and storage units and stuff like that. So that's off the ground. So we're just back to action.
So you're back. This isn't just like one fight and done. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I'll make a little run at it and probably do it for a couple more years and then be done. I really enjoy fighting. I don't do it really for the money or anything. I really enjoy getting locked in the cage and fighting people for some weird reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you know a little bit more, but it's okay. Like, it's there's nothing like it, huh? There's nothing like it.
Yeah, there's nothing like when they lock the cage and it's just you, him, and the ref, and you can't breathe, and it's like it's go time. I mean, you train and then it's just you get to see what works and see what doesn't work and adjust, and it's just fun.
Why do you think that you're so relaxed? There's from the first time that I ever saw you fight, you come out, your music hits, you're dancing all the way to the cage. Like, where do you think that comes from?
Well, that's just kind of like my personality. I'm silly in nature, so like my natural is to be silly, and then I think your mind could only occupy one thing at a time. So if I'm silly and happy, then I can't be nervous and scared. So I keep.
Have you ever been scared going into a fight?
No. I'm not scared. No, I'm not necessarily scared, but I mean, obviously you're nervous, and there's nerves and there's situations, but I try to keep. I'm a law of attraction guy, so I try to keep positive thoughts and things in my head at most times.
Yeah. So we found out, unfortunately, that Jesse isn't going to be able to make it. It sounds like they have a replacement, but I don't know if we're allowed to announce it yet, so we won't. What does that do to your fight week psyche? You've been getting ready for a southpaw, a certain style in Jesse, and then now you're hurrying, flipping it on a week's notice to a new opponent, possibly.
Oh, I mean, it's it's cool for me. I'll do whatever. I'll fight somebody's grandma if they sign the contract. So for me, it's just another obstacle to like work through. So the guy that they sent, I watched this guy that they sent that he has 100 fights.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So I watched.
Well, just by saying that, I think people can figure out who it is. Like, he's pretty well known, but
yeah, his name is Kryptonite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think his name is Tony Lopez. He's a veteran. I mean, he does bare knuckle fighting. He's a monster. So
that's what I knew him from. Went from is he was on a bare knuckle card that I watched once, and when they said that, I was like,
yeah,
dude.
it's totally opposite of the guy I was supposed to fight. So
Yeah.
we trained and camped for that. But I mean, he's good on the ground too. He's good at grappler. He's good on the cage. I watched about 25 of his fights. I come from a football background where we watch film, we watch tendencies, we watch all kinds of stuff. So I watched a lot of his film that's on the internet. Just check him out. See what I'm going against.
So what you're saying is you beating up the southpaws in the gym, basically me all camp, is all for nothing.
No, he
We
switches.
didn't even have to spar.
He switches southpaw when he gets when his left leg gets tired. He switches southpaw.
Okay.
Calm down. I'll need to use it.
Well, that's good because I took a lot of damage this camp. Really.
Well, it's damage
They're beating me up for weeks, people.
because Zach's a southpaw.
There you go. So what's this training camp been like? How long have you been in training camp for this fight?
10 weeks. 10 weeks.
And word on the street is you're in tip-top shape right now too.
You know, tip-top athletes, tip-top shape, you
I
know.
like it.
I'm in great
so
shape. They made me cut.
Tip-top.
Tip-top. What was I supposed to?
Tip-top athletes.
Oh,
you didn't even notice that.
I didn't even notice it.
That's my
Yeah.
company.
Boom.
Hey, shout out to Tip Top Athlete. If you
Shout
ever
out.
training, speed and agility, efficient movement, Tip Top Athlete. That's our gym in West Haven. 15,000 square foot building. We'll train your kids. We'll get them to the next level. Anyways,
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
that was good.
Pretty
That was really
That's good. Nice little segue.
Even if I didn't mean it.
So let people. So for those that don't know, too, everybody nobody's ever been able to get you to the ground before because you just bang them out, right? And then something went wrong in your last fight, and big old Steve Mowry got you to the ground, and you didn't know what to do. I'll let you share about that, and I can attest that you diligently came to jiu-jitsu and wrestling class during your 10-week camp too. Talk about why and your evolution as a mixed martial artist with that.
so. So I usually knock people out in the first couple rounds, or the first couple minutes, and then with Steven, he's a 6'9" wrestler, jiu-jitsu guy, and I tried to feint like I was changing levels and hit him with the overhand, and I broke my thumb. And then I switched my thing and I started doing an inside leg kick on him for some weird reason. He snatched up my one leg, transitioned from a single to a double, and then he dumped me and then we landed in side mount. And I didn't really know what to do from there because nobody ever gets me on the ground, so we didn't really work it very good. But Jordan Smith told me to hip up. I hipped up. I thought he was going
Kimura.
crucifix.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was going crucifix, so I countered the crucifix, and he switched back to Americana and ripped my super spinatus off the bone. It was slick. It was awesome. It was brilliant. But yeah, so from then on, I just started training jiu-jitsu and grappling, just because I don't ever want to be uncomfortable or unprepared for anything anymore. Yeah.
So the question is, I think maybe another one or two or whatever. I think Steve owes you a rematch.
I mean, I think he's the number 2 or 3 guy in the Bellator right now. So.
Yeah, he's 10-0 right now.
Yeah, the only loss he has is a grappling match against Nicky.
Yep.
Nicky Rod.
Yeah, in December.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which doesn't suck. Nicky Rod, it's like he's crazy.
He's the best. So I mean, I would love to run it back. I would love to run it back.
Fiji. Fiji.
Poor Fiji.
Oh, Fiji.
Him
and Zeke fought last year. So he's like, what's up with the Tongans beating my ass this last year?
Hey, Fiji, man, don't worry about it, man. I told you, stay away from Zeke's hook, man. That thing is crazy.
It's crazy, man. Hey, and now Zeke's getting his nutrition lined up. I got him set up, hooked up his nutrition yesterday. He's going to be even scarier next time.
Man, Zeke is doing awesome. Kent is a freaking monster.
Kent.
So the boys are all getting where they need to be. Everybody needs to keep fighting. It's great for the culture. It's great for the heavyweights because there's not a lot of heavies there that'll throw hands in here anymore. So it's nice to see all the boys are jumping in and they're staying relevant. They're training hard. We usually don't train that very hard. It's just on our nature to just don't do anything, just show up, and hopefully the guy pisses you off and then you get raged up and knock somebody's head off. But everybody's training hard, everybody's in shape, so it's a beautiful thing.
I feel like that there's a really good transition, and you said not even training hard. Like people like Kent, maybe like if he would have gotten into this like 10 years ago, maybe he wouldn't. It would have been more of just showing up and fighting. I feel like more and more people are treating it as they're professional athletes. Like you were a professional athlete, played football and stuff too. Like the workout, the regiments, the dedication and stuff like that. I feel like that's slowly transitioning over into MMA.
Especially with the heavyweights. I think you're right. And then a lot of people are just in. I'm a firm believer in like you are where you're supposed to be. Like 10 years ago, I was in a bad place. I was on drugs and doing all kinds of stupid shit. And I'm sure Kent was in the same boat, but I'm not speaking on him. But like people are in the place where they're supposed to be at the right time. I think timing is everything for, especially kids that grew up in gangs and drugs and finally grew up, and now we're trying to do better for the community and everybody. But
do you take pride and feel like you have a responsibility to show like this is where I was, this is where I am now? Like do you talk to kids about that type of stuff?
Yeah, so I talked to a lot of youth corrections places. So when I was 12, I came up here from California, got locked up in Mill Creek Youth Center, and I was in there from 12 to 16. I was in there for 4 years in Ogden. That's how I ended up in Ogden. But I talked to a lot of those places like detention centers, churches, all that kind of stuff. Talk to the youth about you really can be wherever you want to be or do whatever you want to do if you just put some hard work in and be honest, and hopefully things work out.
That's cool.
Okay,
and then there is one more thing. So one thing I've noticed is the Tongans, you guys don't really like to fight each other, but you will if you have to.
I mean, yeah, like so. Say if we're both going for the belt, we really don't want to fight each other, but if you have to, you will. I mean, it's part of.
And I'll pull up the thing that I keep hearing everybody. I know Zeke's been talking about going pro soon, and everybody keeps talking about Zeke versus Kent.
I think they train together, and I don't think
they do. It's like you said, there's not too many of them.
There's like a belt on the line. It's just super awkward. Like because our culture naturally will. It's kind of like you can't disrespect your older brothers, and so it's really like whoever's older has the advantage.
Yeah.
Because when I fought Kent, he really didn't throw like he was supposed to throw because when he was in lockup facility, I came and spoke to them. So he looked at me as a little bit different than your normal. And then for our culture, it's like, okay, I can't hit them,
So I have a question.
So watch the whole fight. It's like we're teeing off on each other, but it was like, okay, it's kind of awkward, and
because Kent's the only fight that you went the distance with as an amateur.
Yeah, exactly.
Only fight you went the distance with, period.
Yeah.
Do you think that played into that?
Yeah, as a factor, like it's like your little brother. You're beating the shit out of your little brother. It's like, okay, it's like we're just sitting, like you're helping him up, you're choking him, and then you let him go. It's just weird. Yeah. But I mean, when you're professional, it's a different story, right? When you're a professional, you have to treat it professionally. Like if he's the number one and you're the number three, and the belt's on the line, you got to fight. Like if there's no other way, then it has to happen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You have a question from Renee. He wants to know what your favorite combination is. He doesn't have to throw combinations. He just throws it straight to.
My favorite combination is switch. I mean, just the switch 1-2. That's my favorite. That's the one I put the people down with. So switch 1-2.
Yeah. Switch 1-2. All right, there you go, Renee. Switch 1-2.
Cool. Would you like to make a prediction for next Saturday night
Well,
against Mr. Tony Lopez. We believe it is.
Tony. I don't know. We're gonna see what's gonna happen.
You don't want to make a prediction?
No predictions.
I know. At the beginning of this thing, when I started fighting 4 or 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, no, 7 years ago. Oh yeah, 6 years ago. I said I'd always take the high road. I won't get on here and talk smack or say
I'm not asking you to talk smack. I'm just wondering how you think it's gonna go.
And I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go good. I think it's gonna. Obviously, I have faith in what I do, and my speed and my awareness. So
I know you want to knock out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the belt. So
Yeah.
how I do it, I don't know.
Submission victory.
I know.
Second round.
I know you want to knock out, but I think it would be sick if you could show off some of your jiu-jitsu you've been, because like
if it gets there, he has 2 Comoros from the guard, so I don't want to be around there too much.
Yeah.
He's so long, he's long.
But didn't you learn yesterday Comoros from the guard don't work, Ben? Didn't you
listen to this, Jason. I did a Komoro on him from the guard. Just
you didn't have it.
And I didn't want to break his arm because he's stubborn. So, I verbally tapped for him.
Nice.
Looks like Ben wanted a way out.
So Ben, do you before we let you go, do you have any sponsors you want to give a shout out to? Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Man, I have for this fight I have 15 sponsors.
Oh, okay.
Let me see real quick. Shout out to Tip Top. Shout out to Damage Plan. Shout out to Best Realty Group, Larson Realty Group, U.S. Title. I have. If I didn't name you, then I appreciate you. Who else? I need my list in front of me. There's so many people, but a lot of people have helped me and came out and supported me. A lot of my friends, business partners, Precision Asphalt, Dynamic Trucking, all those guys have showed love and been helping us out. But it was crazy how many people sponsored me.
Everybody's excited you're back, Ben.
I'm
excited.
Yeah, we will be there. So
yeah,
next Saturday, February 12th, SteelFist Fight Night. If you haven't got your tickets, reach out to Ben, get your tickets. If you even have any tickets left. Do you even have any tickets left?
I don't have any more tickets. But
don't reach out to Ben. Reach out to somebody else on the card and support one of the other fighters.
Reach out to Mark. Reach out to Big
Gonzalez.
Mark Gonzalez. There you go. Get at Big Mark.
Yeah. But I appreciate you guys. Yeah, but I mean, just don't blink. If you're in that front row, don't blink.
Just stay out of the splatter zone. Is that what you're saying?
Just don't blink because it's going down.
All right, Ben. Thanks again for joining us, man. We appreciate it. We'll see you next Saturday night.
Okay, you're welcome. Thanks.
We out.